plain enough to keep a diary, I did feel that the extraordinary occurrences of my trip warranted at least a journal. So, for the first time in my life, I kept track of the day-by-day happenings. Harker's Journal, May the 8th. And so began my strange nocturnal life with Count Dracula. He shuns the daylight hours. We spend long nights together, completing the business arrangements for the purchasing of the Carfax estate. I suppose he's not a bad chap, really. Why does he seem to shun the daylight? Why does he never eat? Why are there no servants in this castle? And why are there no mirrors in the whole place? Fortunately, I brought my own shaving glass. May the 10th. This evening, while I was shaving, Dracula came into my room. Good evening, my English friend. Not having heard the Count enter my room, but hearing his voice behind me and feeling his hand on my shoulder, I looked up, expecting to see his reflection. Why is there no image of Dracula in my mirror? Abruptly, in blazing anger, Dracula tore my mirror from its hook and dashed it into thousands of silver splinters. A mirror! They aren't allowed in my castle. The intensity of his anger startled me until I saw that he had regained control of his temper. That is, until he saw a cut I had made shaving. You cut yourself, Harker. Blood on your throat. The pupils of his eyes dilated. He gripped me by the shoulder, his nails dug into my flesh. As I twisted away, my shirt pulled loose and revealed the silver crucifix the old peasant lady had given me. The Count clawed his temple in pain and reared back from the cross. The cursed cross! He gasped. I pulled the crucifix free from my shirt and held it before me, and Dracula retreated, finally darting out of the door of my room. No mirror image, craving of human blood, fearful of the crucifix. In my mind, I could picture the little old woman who had given me the silver cross. Beware, young hare, of the vampire. May the 11th. Before sunset, I explored the castle and found many of the doors locked, particularly all the doors leading to the front wing and out. I then began to survey the castle perimeter from the many leaded windows of the fortress. Climbing high in the castle, I opened the last window I could reach and, looking out, thought, here, at the back of the castle, 1,000-foot precipice. No escape this way. Now I know the truth. I am Dracula's prisoner. The next evening, hiding my fears, I queried Count Dracula about his ancestry out of morbid curiosity. He seemed delighted with my fraudulent interest and expounded at length on his heritage. My people built an empire lasting many centuries. The Turks battered at our borders. How well I remember those fierce battles. The blood of many Dracula kinsmen spilling into the soil. Good Lord, he speaks as if he were there in person. It was then that I looked carefully at the portrait he continually referred to. The painted eyes first attracted my interest. Can this be his own portrait? What manner of man can still be alive today, 600 years later? But his departing words chilled me even more. Much Dracula blood was lost to the invaders, precious blood, a debt not yet collected in full by the only Dracula surviving today. Good night, Herr Harker, and pleasant dreams. Later, too restless for sleep, I gazed down into the courtyard near my bedchamber when suddenly I saw what had to be a crawling figure. It's Dracula leaving his quarters. He's going down that vertical wall like a huge lizard. I realize my opportunity. With him away, now is my chance to use this poker to pry open the door leading to his wing of the castle. Perhaps there is a way to the outside world in there. I went through many doors, but I came finally to an immovable barrier. Trapped. In my prison of nameless horrors, I wandered back through many ancient, undisturbed rooms. I've lost my way. I'm weary. Let me rest. Dozing, I awoke with a start to find 3 women standing over me. The room smelled sharply of mold, and a pale green mist whirlpooled into the corners of the room. The fairest of the 3 spoke. Ah, he is young and strong. We will take turns. She came toward me, long blonde hair falling over her bare shoulders, which were more ashen-colored than white. Is she going to kiss me? She bent down and cradled my head in her hands. Her lips parted, and I noticed her teeth. Her canine teeth were long and pointed. Why is she moving down toward my neck? Ah! Oh. Her fangs raked across my throat, leaving a chain of tiny wounds. Then, quite suddenly, she was torn away. The horrible deed was interrupted by the return of Dracula. Back, wench! How dare you touch him? He is mine, you know. Mine. At that time, I could only guess what terrifying thing he meant. The 3 hideous females faded ghost-like into the night. Then Dracula commanded me from his room. As for you, English fool, do not again invade my quarters, or you will meet your own madness.